What do you... Brain, stop, you're looking at me. How did I do that? That's not even what I was trying to... It's fine. It's fine. Nothing I do is important. We're going this way now. Ooh. Stop it. Unsolicited coffee maker. Get out of here. Yeah. Yeah?
Marshall, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Who is this?
My name is Jesse Faden. I'm coming to help.
Faden. Hold on. I'm setting the elevator for you. We need to talk.
You got that right.
And immediately under attack. Joke's on you guys, I just got a checkpoint. You can't handle me. Am I under attack from behind? Nope. Whoop. Oh boy. Ah, I forgot how to dash. Ah, shit. I couldn't see anything. Like, I straight up couldn't see anything on the screen, and I was like, which button makes me go foopy poop? I was hitting control. I think that's the wrong one. No, it is control. See, it says I must have been out of stuff. That's probably what it is. I think I have a bunch of different resources that'll use that. Whoops. Whoops doodle.
Marshall, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Who is this?
My name is Jesse Faden. I'm coming to help.
Hold on. I'm setting the elevator for you. We need to talk.
You got that right.
I'm pretty sure her eyes got weird like both times. Freaking me out, man. Freaking me out. I'm really good at guns. You can't handle this. Everything's exploding over here. Help me. Blow them all up, please. You can't get me. I'm crouching. Blow them all up, please. There you go. Good job. You didn't expect me to crouch, did you? Yeah, moving target's hard to hit. You know what else is hard to hit? Not a target. Ba-boom. Can play this whole game like Gears of War now. Oh, hi. I take it things have chilled a bit. Whoa. I wasn't expecting the brain to explode. That's a new one for me. This here hallway's looking kinda not okay. Okay, I'm back here. I managed to get myself all sorts of turned around. Oh, we're back here. This is the big chamber, right? Oh, right, because that's the passageway that was blocked originally, I think. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to use this elevator. Let's move on in my life. It's so easy to get turned around in this building.
Trench said his team knows all the Bureau's secrets. Marshall, especially. Does she know what happened to Dylan?
Marshall is waiting for you in the luck lab, just down the hall.
Thanks for not freaking out when I point a gun at your face, because that could have gone bad. Listen, everybody tries to murder me in this game. It's been a real issue. The comedy toilet paper falling over. Oh no, there's a dead guy in here. Do you guys know there's a dead guy in here? Am I the first to discover this guy? Rubber duck. Discovered in the home of Agent after his young daughter complained about being followed by her rubber duck. Oh god. According to Agent Blip, the matter was ignored, believed to be the result of the child's imagination, until he began to hear the quacking at night. And then the quacking began. After discovering the item hiding in his daughter's closet, he brought it to the Bureau for study. Update: it was discovered that Agent Blip was bringing known paranatural materials into his house, illegally taking them outside oldest house. How this may have affected the creation of the altered item is being investigated. Agent Blip has been terminated. Yeah, I would hope so. That's like a real high-level violation of this whole system. The X-ray light box. The OOP-18, and also known as the Oopsie. No containment. Description and parutility. The object is a light box used to examine X-ray images. The image cannot be removed from the light box. The information on the image belongs to a patient named. The object allows parutilitarians to forcefully seize an individual's consciousness. The seized individual becomes commanded by the user. The effect lasts, it depends on how many points you have put into it. Once released, the seized die as a result of the psychic trauma, probably. A janitor named found the object at St. Anne's Hospital in soon the building's occupants were by him. The Bureau dispatched the emergency response team to the perpetrator and the item. Why are those words redacted? Fatalities numbered in the for operational. Everyone, I assume. I think everyone dies, but I'm not sure because that's also part of the fucking document that's redacted. So I don't know what they did to the thing, or who the janitor was, or what the hospital was, which those parts make sense, but I also don't know what the thing, like, does it kill everybody when it wears off? That's what I implied, but I don't actually know for sure. So,
Welcome to the party, ma'am.
Cool.
Marshall is right down the hall.
Cool wall plant. You're really chipper for being surrounded by corpses of your coworkers. And also the floating possessed chanting ones of your coworkers. They really didn't nail the whole make a bunch of saving things for these people. Are these refrigerators or vending machines? Self-service vending machine for all your needs. It's just a hyper-generic vending machine, I guess, is the premise. Ah, is that the same area from earlier, I think? This looks like the same open area from before where I came in there, then went up there and also down there. If that's the case, you guys were very unhelpful while I was fighting like right there, wasn't I? I don't think there's other locations I could be mixing this up with in the map. These people were just fucking ignoring me while I was being attacked down there. I had a lot of fighting in this general area, and these people were just right up here not helping. I don't approve of this. Don't let me just use my superpowers that only I have. Are you okay? Either you're really confused about light switches, or you're having a breakdown. Just right here in the middle of... Which really, like, that's the outcome I would expect. Can I tell if they're crying? Oh yeah, they're probably crying. Yeah. That's a bummer. First I thought they were trying to look through a window, and I'm like, that's not a window. Oh yeah, here's all the people that are having a bad time. Is it you? Did you do it? You know, I think this might not be an object of power. Everyone looks like they're having a tough time in here. Might be easier to treat them if you took off any of their stuff. Like, I think it's just like the thing on their chest that keeps them from going possessed, right? Like, I don't think that's where they have like masks, because all the characters don't. Like, if they look wounded, I think you're supposed to not leave them in full uniform if you're trying to treat them. I just stole that 4-leaf clover. It's mine now. Loser. I can put it back and take it out. Huh. There are a series of kind of strange interactions here. Yeah, well, worry more. I'm gonna walk over here and look at this. This thing's everywhere. It's the side of the elephant. That's fun. What is this? Oh, it's a horseshoe. The lucky horseshoe. This is some kind of scientific process. Like they're studying what? Like trying to figure out their objects of power or some other like AWEs or whatever. Like right side up or upside down horseshoe and like what effect it has on like, yeah. Maybe it's like like what effect does this have on the luck? I don't know. Let's flip it over and then we'll throw a piece of toast with butter on it and see if it lands butter side up or butter side down. Oh, the results, they're fascinating. There's a drawing here of it. Like when it's right side up, it catches the positive energy when it's pointing upward. I can't read the document at all, of course.
Congratulations on your appointment, Director Faden. I'm Helen Marshall, head of Bureau Operations. Zachariah's dead then, and I assume you found his gun.
Just call me Jesse. Trench told me to find you. He said you could help.
And he told you this through the hotline. Makes sense.
None of this phases her? Really?
Here's the situation. Darling created the HRAs in a lab nearby. We need more if we're gonna survive this attack. My rangers can't secure the lab alone, not against those things. We need more firepower.
At least she seems to know what's going on here. She could know about Dylan.
I can clear out the hiss. I'll be your firepower.
That's a good answer.
Is she testing me?
Darling has systems in place to protect his labs. This should help you get past them. We'll talk more after you clear out the hiss. Rangers, let her through. We'll have to lock the door behind you. Sorry, but we can't risk a breach.
Grenade launcher, all sorts of guns,
Layout of this place almost
shotguns,
invites an ambush.
grenades.
Guess we never thought we'd be fighting on our own turf.
Seriously, I've been in Threshold safer than this.
And the hiss sort of turned the house into a threshold, huh?
A threshold. There's so much terminology to get caught up on. No, that's my next one. The HRA lab, yeah, that's a priority. We need to be able to secure people. There are factions fighting over here. Oh. Okay, fuck it. Ooh. That's satisfying.
Rangers over there. We have to help them.
Trying really hard to help here. But it's really hard to nail those hits. Boom! Where's that orb? There it is. Ritual division. Sir, I am doing a gunfight. If you could step aside for a moment. Good guys? Not good guys. Not good guys at all. Now, stop it. Sir, I'm trying to mind control you. If you could just stand still for a second. Oop. There you go. Nope, I killed them both. Trying to get an army on your side is hard. Excuse me. You can just take care of them real quick for me. Thank you. Nice. Very nice. I appreciate the help. Oh, none of them survived? They all died right at the end? I kept them going for a while, I thought. Yeah. My personal favorite, the fire extinguisher. I always want to say hydrant. Incorrect. I can't even see him. Where you go? Where you go, buddy? Well, that became a very reliable pattern. Double kill. Running riot. Killing spree. What's that message mean? Oh, I didn't know you could run out of space for mods. I learned something. Oh, it's one of you guys. Gotcha. Alright. Let's pick some things to delete, I suppose. So I got this deconstruct button. Is there still no sort feature in this thing? I don't think there is. Alright, so that's 21% health. That's 21% health. Look around for that arrow icon. 15% health. Alright. Evade energy cost. My 7% is not as good as 12. These are identical. 12. 7. 12. 9. Launch energy cost. 11. This is unfortunate. I wanted to mostly ignore this system as long as possible, just because it's just not very interesting. You very occasionally pick up a new upgrade that's like, alright, well that one's slightly better. Cool. But now I've gotta sit here and prune my herbs as they grow to make sure that I'm not, because I have to be able to continually pick them up, otherwise I'll be leaving behind ones that might be better, and that will hurt me eventually. Alright, so I have the best of each one now. There we go. Really, there has to be a sorting button. How is there not a, like this interface? I'm looking all over it. There's not one, is there? Like, put all the ones that are in the same icon together so I can compare them with each other. Why is it a random mess? This is a horrible system. No inventory system would ever want to work this way. What are you, Mass Effect 1? The worst thing in Mass Effect 1? It's inventory? It's interesting because when I think of this company's games, I think of like heavy emphasis on the concept of narration and storytelling, probably some FMV videos, like some live action stuff thrown in there because they like to do live action stuff. You got a strongly defined protagonist character in a third-person shooter context. Maybe the ability to manipulate things in a way other than just shooting stuff, but also mostly just kind of shooting stuff. There's certain things that come to mind. What does not come to mind for this developer is inventory management. So, them not knocking it out of the park is not exactly surprising here. I feel like I'm playing a match 2 game, where I'm just trying to see any symbols that show up more than once so that I can cross-compare them with each other and get rid of the shittier one. But I have to... it's chaos to look at all of them. And it'd be rectified easily by a sort feature. I think these might actually all be unique items. There's just that many of them. Wow. You can see where there's a lot of variations that throw me off here. Like here's bullet with blasty marks with 2 arrows, and here's triple bullet with blasty marks, and here's bullet with blasty mark with X, and then here's 3 bullets with an arrow, but here's 3 bullets with an arrow but different with a crosshair. Like there's such similar symbols that I can feel crazy trying to find the matching ones to compare with each other, because like any narrative I tell myself about what they look like leads to not being able to actually denote them from the rest of the map. There's just this mass. Alright, I have space. There. I can't just leave my inventory full or we're gonna get in trouble long term. Threshold Kids proposal. The Threshold Kids, the creepy little children's show, or whatever it is. With the recent arrival of the blip, there are certain glaring gaps in the Bureau's ability to educate and raise a young blip. Oh, so that's a kid's show they make for some kid? That's probably an AWE or whatever? There are no other blip for blip to play with, and blip... With the arrival of Jacob, there are certain glaring gaps about whether they can raise a young child or a young boy. There are no other children for Jacob to play with, and Jacob is expected to learn about frightening new concepts. Whoops. Jacob will require a slow, family-friendly introduction to paranatural topics. With this in mind, allow me to introduce the Threshold Kids, television show in which a cast of cheerful puppets explain the dangers of living in the Bureau, but also show the fun side of the paranatural. Budget would be minimal. I took a few puppet making courses at my local community center. We can have the research staff build the sets, record the footage, and even do the voices. It'll be good for morale, and I guarantee Jacob will respond positively to these videos. We can't expect a child to enjoy lectures and people in lab coats, but television has proven for years children love puppets. Why did I default to Jacob, of all people? Probably because I know there's a Jacob Geller video on this game, and I haven't watched it yet because I don't want to spoil this game, and I'm trying to get through this game partly so I can go and then watch the That's a relationship I've loved with a lot of channels that I watch, is that I want to beat various games so I can finally watch certain videos on said channel. Like I've never watched H-Bomber Guy's video on Lisa because I have to play Lisa first. And I haven't watched Jacob Keller's video on Control about it being a haunted house or whatever, because I haven't played Control yet. I gotta beat it. It's my responsibility to my viewers is to remain all pure and shit and not spoil my blind run, which means I have a lot of stuff where I'm like, I click that little watch later button and it's like, I'll get to you one day. But yeah, check out the Jacob Geller channel. It's really good. Those are very, very good video essays. Been a recent discovery for me in like the last month or so. And it's just a real, like, I'm one of those, like, how did I not discover this channel sooner? It's some high quality shit. I didn't go in there when I first saw it because I was trying to help my buddies that were in their gunfight. I'm like, I can help save them, maybe? But then they all died. Honestly, I think they were pretty doomed. I might have been able to help them survive the first fight, but then the boss showed up with this swirling vortex of death, and I don't know what my chances were there. These stairs are still a little fucky. That's a problem. How am I gonna go fix those stairs? I thought I specifically regained control of this area. That's like part of the point of that. Sorry, brief interruption of somebody knocking on my door. Get out of here. Shit, I got turned around now. No, that's there we go. That's what the boss fight was. There's the ritual office. But we opened. That's spooky dooky. Let's check out the more optional path looking place first. I'm way too into that destruction animation. I just dig it. An elevator. Huh. Well, that's not a side path at all. This game's so spooky. Got soundproofing in this room, like heavy amounts of it. Like there's all the sound foam. Unmistakably. Sound foam's funny, because in particular, I just had a weird experience where like I got sound foam from my room like a few years ago, and then like practically the next day I feel like the Jessica Jones show started airing, and like Trish's fucking radio studio had the exact same sound foam as me, down to the color, because they often sell it in packs of 2 different colors that alternate, so you can checkerboard them. And I'm like that, and then like I'm watching this Netflix show, and they have the exact same foam on the wall. I'm like, that's weird. Small world. There just aren't infinite variabilities. It's like that confusing statement from the beginning of this game. There's like no non-archetypical representations of abstract concepts or whatever. It's like, how many kinds of sound foam are there? The answer is yes. Whoa. It comes off. It does sweet flips. Can I pick it up? Ah, it's not interactive. Probably not. I mean, and considering the kind of stuff I have access to, it's kind of an underwhelming thing to throw, I suppose. They did such a good job with some of that stuff. I think I heard a glass noise. Yeah. That's like a giant glass dome for the light. That's locked.
Altered item number 52AE analysis, session 2. I will begin by introducing various stimuli to the item. First, a low voltage electric shock. No response. Next, I will introduce heat via a standard Bunsen burner. No response. Next, a series of solutions will be applied, each with a different value on the pH scale, from 0 to 14. No response to any value. Next, I will attempt to communicate. Can you understand me? Can you understand my words? Quack If you can understand my words. No response. This concludes session 2. We'll need time to prepare further tests.
We're testing the rubber ducky. Can you understand? Oh, there's the rubber ducky. The fuck? Why'd that happen? Whoa. Quack if you can understand me. Oh my god. Talk about archetypical, by the way. That's an iconic image. A rubber ducky. It's a really specific appearance that they're supposed to have. Like a lawn gnome, for example. One of those weird things where, like, in your head, one version exists in all of the world. Even though, of course, countless different brands and companies could all take part in that if they want to.
Okay.
Like, that distinction, like,
You
almost...
must like these HRAs.
Almost doesn't matter.
Sounds like Darling built them. And most of the things around here. If Marshall can't help us with Dylan, he's our next best bet. Assuming he's not dead. Or taken over by the hiss.
I don't like how it looks like they're all spying on me. Look at the light filtering through the blinds. You can see the individual rays. That's a lighting system right there. I saw you.